Hello and welcome to Homebrew Adventures, the RPG show where we take wannabe adventurers and take them through a one-shot adventure created by you, the listener. I am your Dungeon Master, Corey Keller. Join me every episode where I take our group of heroes who like to dungeons and sometimes dragons, and we will see if they survive. Do they have what it takes? Is your adventure challenging? Let's find out on Homebrew Adventures. Previously on Homebrew Adventures. All right, you open the door, and as you swing open the door, you see two cloaked, hooded men holding a halfling on the ground as they are trying to force something down his throat.
We bum rush him.
Yeah. I take one, you take one.
All right, make an attack.
What kind of attack?
Okay.
They're still...
Like a strike?
I don't know, but there's a lot of guys coming at you.
Okay, I'll just like...
This is 18.
17. I don't know what to add.
I don't
to
either.
That.
So, yes, you are able to run your weapons through them, and you do it enough to... you don't need to roll damage on this. They're pretty weak little cultist guys. Johnny, you run your knife through Crazy Old Cook, who looks at you with kind of a weird look on his face, like he recognizes you as you run him through.
I kiss his forehead.
And Turk, same thing. You run your axe through the throat of the guy who's holding next to him. Varak, what do?
I scream, I told you they'd be here.
All right, so they're dead. Varak, you're still tied up, and you still hear the sound of 20, 30 guys coming down the hallway.
I just grab everyone and we jump through the portal.
Okay. So you grab everyone and you jump through the portal.
Yeah.
As you jump through the portal, you find yourself in the middle of this room that is it's like a very ancient looking building. It's kind of dark and drafty in there, and as you make your way through this door and you kind of get your bearings, you notice that in front of you is kind of like, it looks like a little altar, and you see 4 or 5 cultists holding, getting these bowls, and they're kind of all starting to drink a little bit, and you see a bunch of lizard folk that are being held down on tables, and these lizard folk are being fed these bowls of this blackness, and you see that this seems to be some kind of sacrificial chamber, and as you all appear, every one of those cultists stands up and looks at you, and they all point. You just went through the portal. You appear in what seems to be a very kind of run-down, large building. You find yourself in the center of this large room. You saw a bunch of lizard folk up on tables as these cloaked figures, these hooded figures, seem to be doing some kind of ritual. You see a couple drinking from some bowls. You hear screams of some of the lizard folk, and as you all appeared, you see that most of these hooded figures turn and they point at you. What do?
I point back.
Dang it! You took my.
I took your joke.
You took my goof.
I'm faster.
We point in unison. We point together.
All right, so you all point back, and now there is a pointing party going on in the middle of this creepy room.
But then I do that like, wait, are you pointing at me or are you pointing at them? You, me, him, them, her, me, him, her. You, who?
So
now everybody seems confused in the room.
I just moonwalk out. Just kidding.
Yeah, is there a door around us or anything? Or is it just like this? Does it look like a room that there's just like a room with no doors?
There is so like I said, it's a large room. So you guys are kind of, the portal you came in is kind of tucked on this back wall. And then the further you look down to the room past all these figures who are, you know, doing their deal, their thing with everybody, you do see a door past them on the far end.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Well,
What do y'all want to do?
Well, because here's the thing. We were running from somebody, right?
From everybody.
Okay,
Yeah.
we were running from everybody. So, I mean, unless they're just like, no, we don't go in that portal, they're coming.
It's safe to say if they haven't come through by now, they're probably not coming through the portal after you.
Because I was just gonna like turn
Perfect.
around and stick my blade right at the portal and just like let people run into it. But
You stick your blade at the portal and nobody's running through.
okay, and then I turn around and I look embarrassed.
You have egg on your face.
At this moment in time, you see that there is a shorter one of these guys who puts his hand down and begins walking towards you, and he pulls his hood down, and it is a man, pretty short, probably
He has pretty
probably a
shorts?
halfling.
Oh, he's pretty short.
Yeah. So he walks up to you and he says, "Who are you?"
I am Magdalena Banana Hammock.
I'm Rosemary Johnson.
He gives you a weird look.
That's my name.
Magdalena, what are you all doing here?
What are you doing here is the question.
He starts looking you over.
I kind
So
of.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna be like, okay, so hey, yeah, I love what you did with the place. We're on the tour. We're part of the whole thing that you're doing. Loving it. It's great. Really give it to those lizard people. I love what you're doing with the place. You're really bringing out the best in everyone. We're just gonna slip through that back door, continue our tour, making sure everything's up to standard, making sure you're in line with OSHA, and we'll be out of your hairs in just 2 seconds. Yeah.
He looks at you. He notices Cameron, who's still bound. Since you just grabbed him and jumped through the portal, he notices Cameron still has his bindings on his arms and his legs, and he kind of is trying to figure out the situation. He says, "I see you came from the manor. Sorry to inconvenience you, but would you mind showing me your forearms?"
I would mind, actually. I'm very sensitive about my forearms.
And I can't. It's behind my back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you can see we had to tie,
I don't
this.
I don't
one up.
have forearms, so
She
I
doesn't-
don't know what to
she
tell you.
doesn't- she doesn't have
She only has
forearms.
2.
God. Okay. All
He
right.
says, "Well, if you don't, like I said, this is protocol. But if you don't have,
Hey, you're talking to
the
Mr. Protocol.
tattoo of the fire knives, and
Hey,
well,
hold on. Can I talk to you for a second? Can I have a sidebar real fast, please?
sure."
All right. I walk over to the side, and I'm kind of like with my other hand, like behind my back to where you can't see, like giving the like "you guys go" kind of motion,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I get him off to the side, and I'm like, and I'll even kneel down, so I'm not like towering over him. And I just say like,
Do I look like a child to you?
no, not at all. I thought I'd show you some respect. Plus, I want to get close to your ear. I'm scared of needles, and so I don't. Mine was drawn on, and it got washed off, and I haven't gotten back to my Sharpies. So I don't have it, but it's because I'm scared of needles. I got special permission from the boss. It's fine. And are you guys going?
Well, Cameron's bound, so
Pick me
Can
up,
I
Turk.
do a persuasion check so he thinks that I don't have arms?
no, because you
It's a-
visibly do.
It's an illusion. He'd be like, it's all in the mind type of thing. I don't know.
I mean, you can try, but you
Just
physically
run.
have arms.
Let's just get out of here.
No, I want them to think that I don't have arms.
I'm supposed to be the crazy one.
I'm rolling.
Roll it.
Okay, so I got 9 plus 5. I just wanted to use my plus 5. Is that...
So what do you say to him?
While
I don't
I've
know what you're
already
talking
taken
about.
him off to the side. Let's just paint this picture. I take him off to the side. We're having a sidebar, and you're like, no, seriously, I don't have arms.
That's basically what happened.
and I'm sensitive because I lost them in Nam. So
All right.
So Turk walks up and says, "Seriously, I don't have arms." And he's just looking at you and he says, I can see them fluttering around.
Look, she's
you know what? Since
she's stupid.
obviously you are not worshippers of our Talina,
Dude,
and you
Talon and I
aren't
go way
fire
back.
knives.
Talon and I go
So
way back.
I don't believe so.
Hold on. While I've got my arm around him, I want to keep my arm around him. I would like to roll a sleight of hand. And
Okay, for what?
whatever he's got.
Okay, roll a
we're
sleight of
just
hand.
making this worse.
I mean, well, because like if he has a knife or something, or like he might have like a special ritual knife, something like that. Anything that he's got on him that I can kind of do a little finagle.
All right, roll it.
All right. That is a 16.
16. He does have a dagger on him, and he has a couple vials of black liquid. Which do you want to go for?
Which one is better?
They're both next to each other on his hip.
No, yeah, but which one would be better for me to take?
Well, he's not going to tell you that. That was a silly question.
You know what? Like, screw it. Let's take the dagger.
Okay. So yeah, you're kind of chit chatting. You kind of maybe give him that old the bump on the back to where he thinks that's where some pressure is. But as you do that, you kind of slide the dagger off his hip. You know, the misdirection, and you successfully have his dagger.
Cool.
All right.
So he's unarmed.
So
He is unarmed.
Just like
so
Turk.
what weird thing do you want to do, Varak? I'm just yelling.
I don't think
I don't
there's
have
much
arms.
I can do right now.
I'm just
Just start-
surprised you guys have left him bound.
Just
is
start
Yeah, I'm
rolling.
just
what I
kind of
think.
Just start
like
rolling.
a sack of flour on the floor right now.
Yeah, just start rolling around on the ground.
All right. So here's what I do. I go. All right. I'm like, all right. Look, we're new. All right. I'm trying to be impressive. We're new. We brought this guy, to sacrifice. We're gonna sacrifice him, and we brought him. He's not lizard, but he's had a lot of dealing with him, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I go over to Varak. And I act like I'm picking him up, but I use old boy's dagger to cut his bindings
Okay.
while like using my big body to conceal the fact that that's what I'm doing.
All right. So roll a persuasion check for me, since you were trying to convince him that you brought him there to be sacrificed.
A persuasion?
Yep.
All right. It's a 24.
Ooh, hot
All right.
dang.
So he says, well, we haven't really tried much of halfling blood, but yeah, sure. Tell you what. Hey, Creevy, come here. We got to get this guy a table. And he shouts out to the guy named Creevy, who seems to be the bigger of all the guys that are there. He's adorned in much more jewelry. He's got this weird kind of sash covering the front of him. This looks to be the guy in charge. And Creevy says, well, he shows up and says, well, this is rather unusual, but yeah, we could use some more testing. You know, we've been using nothing but lizard folk, and you know, we're kind of running low. We've killed a bunch of them, so let's try this. And he begins to lead you to another table.
Yeah, okay. So while we're walking to the table, I'm still got the dagger, and I would like to ask him, like, what's the results? Like, yeah, you know, how's things? You know, we've gone through lizard folks like crazy. What's it looking like? How's the results?
Well, we don't really discuss that with you fire knives, so
I'm not a fire knife. I'm not a fire knife, bro.
Wait, what?
And
This is Creevy now you're talking to.
Yeah. I take. Oh, this is such a bad idea. I take the dagger. I take the halfling's dagger, and I reach around and stab Creevy in the stomach with it.
Oh my
gosh.
goodness. Oh, that's
All
just
right,
bumping
Wait
it up
for it.
to
Wait
11.
for it.
First, roll a stealth check for me.
A stealth check.
Yeah.
14.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough.
Okay.
Roll me damage for a dagger. That's what is that? A D4 plus your strength.
D4 plus. Yeah. No, it's versatile, I think.
So yeah, it's finesse.
All right.
So you can use dexterity.
Okay, cool. So 1d4 plus 4 damage.
Okay.
Um,
Let me just write that down here. What you got?
so I do 8 damage
Nice.
to Creevy. And also,
Okay.
hold on. Would you say this is a sneak attack?
Yes.
So oh my god, add 6 more damage to that.
Dang.
And at this point, I would like to jump back and roll a deception. Try to convince everyone that the halfling dude stabbed him because it's his dagger.
Like he just committed suicide on the spot.
No, I'm stabbing Creevy with the halfling's dagger.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. I'm on board. I'm on the same page.
This is probably,
Okay. Well, make a convincing argument.
I'm gonna be like, oh my god, Creevy, did you even the little guy? That's his dagger, right? He stabbed you. I can't believe this is a bad guy. We gotta get him.
Well, Creevy's on the ground, just squealing and screaming.
Okay. Oh, so he's on the ground.
I need you to go ahead and.
Oh, okay. So if he's on the ground,
he's on the ground.
I'm gonna be like, oh my god, you guys didn't even see the halfling. Look, that's his dagger. He stabbed him.
I need you to go ahead and roll a performance check to make it see if it's believable.
Oh, okay. That's not as good as I would like, but it's still pretty good. 12.
Oh goodness. Hopefully.
Yeah. 12 works. So
You're so kind.
you're stating the argument that the other halfling basically stabbed his boss. You see Creevy on the ground. He's not dead, but he's got a dagger in his gut, and he's just screaming. All these other guys in their hoods and everything start pulling their hoods back and like, what the heck is going on? There's a lot of confusion going on right now. Just a lot of looking at each other, and a lot of the lizard folks on the table that were getting worked on are starting to like try to move and get out of their predicaments, but there's just kind of chaos and confusion going on right now.
So, guys, you want to run?
I think probably our best bet, so they can be distracted by the guy on the ground.
Let's take some of the lizard folk though. Yeah.
Okay.
Do the lizard people look like they can walk?
Not really. They're pretty worn down.
All right. So then, do we want to kill everyone in here?
So, roll a perception check for me.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Yeah.
Perception.
Oh, I rolled a no.
I rolled a 21.
Listeners, a
8.
no on this new dice that we have means a 1, which critical fail.
So you see nothing.
She sees nothing. She's as confused as everyone else.
I'm actually like facing the other way.
She actually believes that the halfling did it.
And I'm still trying to make an argument for my arms not being there.
What did you guys roll?
I rolled a 21.
8.
So, Varak, you also don't see anything. But, Johnny, you notice, since you kind of were talking about the lizard folk and everything, you notice that all these tables that the lizard folk are on, they're kind of like sacrificial tables. You notice that they are draining the blood out of these lizard folk. And you see that they are sacrificing them. They're using what looks to be they're using some of the remains and they're mixing them in these barrels, not big barrels, but more like little big bowls of this black liquid and all these other different ingredients. You see that they're mixing these body parts and blood from these lizard folk, and that's what you see. And then you also see that most of these guys in this room are focused on Creevy on the ground, and you do see a straight shot to the back door, but you do notice that none of the lizard folk are, well, they don't have legs.
Oh boy.
Well, question, you may have said this and I apologize. How many people are in the room, not counting the people on the table?
Yep, no one's actually asked that yet.
So how many are there?
Well, you don't see anything.
So how many
You're
are there?
confused.
Yeah, Johnny.
So there was Creevy, who is now on the ground. There was the little henchman, the little halfling guy. So that's 2. And there's probably about 6 others that are in the room.
Okay, so I kind of have a change of mind. I think what we need to find out is probably in this room, like what the...
All right, so we want to fight?
I say let's just get it out of the way. And we can kind of make it be like, hey, you stabbed my friend.
Wait.
And then, I don't know.
What if
Start
if-
going that way.
What if we use Creevy?
We use him? What do you mean?
What if we pick him up and I'm like, tell your man to stand down or I'll kill you?
Oh.
That
mean-
could work.
So I turn around because I'm staring at the wall. So I turn around and I'd be...
Okay, so
Am I close to Creevy?
You are not, because of Johnny walking with him
I'm like right in the middle of the room,
to
aren't
the
I?
table with Varak, but I mean, you're not terribly far.
Should I... Okay, so... I'm trying to see, like, I have, like, +5 for intimidation or something, so I could probably be the person to,
Do the
pick them
tough
up
talking.
and
Wait, your intimidation is plus
demands. Mine's +5.
what? Hey, mine too.
Oh, okay. Well, since you're close, if you want to do that, I was just offering.
But I also don't want to kill him, though, necessarily. Well, screw it.
Well,
So yeah, I pick him up, and I have my rapier up against his throat, and I'm like, tell your man to surrender or I'll kill you. And is this an intimidation check?
Nah, you don't need a roll for that. I mean, you're picking a small guy up. You can definitely do that with ease. And if he's got a knife to him, so I don't know why he wouldn't be intimidated.
I mean, he might be a beast, like not scared to death.
All right, yeah, roll it for me then. We'll see. You brought it up.
you didn't need to do that.
Yeah, but I rolled a 10, so
You said 10?
yeah.
So you hold the rapier up to his neck and you say, tell everyone to stand down, blah, blah, blah. And he says, I do not fear you or your friends. Talina will resurrect me.
So
Way to go,
I want
Johnny.
to do some. Do I get like bonuses? Because I've got this guy by the throat. Like if I do an attack, like do I get any bonuses?
Oh, you could slit his throat in one shot if you choose to do that.
Let's do it. Let's kill him.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Homebrew Adventures. It's me, Corey, your dungeon master and your sick child. Because if I sound terrible right now, it's because I've been sick for the past couple of days. But you know what? I love you guys, so I press on and record my terribly sounding voice for this. But once again, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We thought this would have been the last episode when we sat down to record it. But, as Dungeons & Dragons go, you make certain choices, and the story can go on longer. So this was not the final episode. We actually probably have 2 more after this one before we hit the finale. Yeah, something like that. But every time I make plans and think, oh, this is going to be the last one, guys, it just goes on. So when we get to the finale for Plague of the Forest Kingdom, then we'll get to the finale. But until then, thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you for sharing it with all your friends and hitting us up on social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. You can find us at HBA The Podcast. Let's keep the conversations going because they're awesome. But now let's go ahead and talk about some sponsors. Yeah, so our first sponsor, let's talk about Audible. So for you guys, the listeners of Homebrew Adventures, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their services. There are so many books that you can choose from off of Audible, and sometimes you just don't have time to sit down and read and you have things to do, so listening to a book is just as good as sitting and reading it sometimes. So yeah, there's a lot to try. You can just head over to audibletrial.com/homebrewadventures. Once again, that's audibletrial.com/homebrewadventures to get your free audiobook and a free 30-day trial to Audible. Audible's great, guys. But let's talk about our second sponsor now. We want to thank Critical Dice for sponsoring us. We now have a dice sponsor. So when we are actually rolling dice on the show, it is because of Critical Dice. These guys are awesome. They sent us this beautiful 7-dice set with bags, and it's awesome. The coolest thing about these dice is when you roll a 1, it says no. Yes, it says no on there, and there is not a 1, so it makes fails so much more funny, as you're going to find out on the show. So anytime someone says, hey, I want to jump over this bridge because I have to go save my friends, and they roll and it says, nope, you don't do that. So it's really fun. So thanks Critical Dice for hooking us up with this sponsorship. They also have a great deal for you guys. If you head on over to thecriticaldice.com at checkout, enter the code homebrew, and you get 10% off your order. So head on over there, check out these awesome dice, look for the No on the One set, and you will not regret getting those. Well, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for listening to this episode. Our next episode will be up on September 12th. So make sure to share this with your friends. Let everyone know to listen, and hit us up on Twitter or Instagram, all that good stuff, and let's chat. All right. Thanks, guys.
So yeah, that's what I do.
You do that? Okay, yeah. So you give him his wish. You slit his throat, and you just slit a halfling's throat as he falls to the ground. So now the situation is you have Creevy, who is now he's pulled the dagger out.
No, Creevy
he is now starting to.
No. I was doing that to Creevy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you picked Creevy up.
Because
that's what we were talking about.
Because you said Creevy was the guy that seemed like he was in charge.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were picking the little halfling guy.
No,
okay,
no.
Yeah, you pick up. Well, Creevy's a big guy. He's a big human. So you didn't necessarily have to pick him up, but you. I guess you stand him up. You slit his throat.
I could even get down, not pick him up, but kneel on his chest.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I misheard. But yes, so Creevy, the boss man, he is hurting pretty good, so he's not going to care. He said the thing to you. You same thing. You go ahead and slit his throat. Boss man is dead.
That was the easiest boss battle ever. Good job, guys.
Or was he the boss?
Oh, come on.
Probably not.
At this point, you have a lot of these members in the room who half of them are kind of nervous. 3 of them attack. We're rolling for initiative.
Oh.
Oh, well, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I said that.
You were like, yeah, and they're going to attack.
We are rolling. They rolled a 10.
I rolled a 13, good sir.
Same.
I rolled a 5.
What'd you roll, Varak?
13.
It's going to be hard for Varak to attack because he's tied up.
No, I thought I cut him loose.
You cut my hands?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
you are not
gosh,
paying
man.
attention.
I forgot. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Man, I'm doing a great DM job tonight, aren't I?
Take out my longbow and shoot the DM.
All right, Varak and Turk, who has the higher initiative bonus?
I have +3.
+1.
All right, so Turk will be going first.
Woo!
And Johnny, you'll be going last.
Yeah.
All right, so to set up this scene, you are in this large, kind of almost circular room. You guys have basically walked to the center. That's where Johnny killed old Creevy. The other cultists were towards the back where the door is, because that's where the altars were. Varak, you're with Johnny. Turk, you're not too far from Johnny.
Alrighty.
All right. So, Turk, you are up. You're about 10 feet away from Johnny and Varak. The halfling guy is close to you guys, and the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dudes are making their way, or sorry, 3 of them are making their way towards you. 3 of them are still deciding what to do.
How far are the ones that are deciding what to do?
They are about 20 feet from you.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot for them because I want to use my longbow because I have a better attack bonus.
All right. We'll say you can use it. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just pick one. We got left, right, middle.
In the middle. Why not? Here we go. 7 plus 9. So, what is that? 16. There you go.
That definitely hits.
Whoop. Okay. And then I got 7 damage.
7 damage.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you shoot the bow. You get him right in the gut, and he is hurting bad.
Let's hurt everybody in the gut.
Let's do it.
Stab a guy in the gut. Shoot him in the gut.
All right. Do you want to do any movement?
I spin.
You spin. Okay. All right, Varak. You are now free. Your hands and legs are free. What would you like to do?
I crack my knuckles and I take out my great axe and I'm gonna start swinging at the.
All right. The halfling is closest to you guys. If you want to just go for the closest, or you can run out to meet the other 3.
I'll go with the closest.
All right.
And
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay. 10.
Ooh. Sorry, that does not hit.
What?
So he was short. You're, still sore from being bound and forgetting how heavy your axe is. You swing and a miss.
Fine.
Poop.
You still have some movement if you want.
I think I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Perfect. All right, it is now the cultist's turn. So halfling guy who kind of ducked and missed your attack, he's actually he doesn't have a weapon because somebody stole his weapon.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. He's gonna try to do something a little sneaky here. Okay, so that's a 12 on your AC, Varak.
What? Oh,
I'm assuming that misses.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, I thought you were telling me mine was 12. I was like, no. Gotcha. Yes, it misses.
No. Yeah. All right. So he tried to punch you in the gut because he was gonna run, but he realizes he missed. And now he's just kind of like frozen, scared, like, I was not, I didn't sign up to fight. So he's just standing there like, oh, sorry, bro. And the other 3 are charging in, and they're just gonna pick one of you, and just all 3 gonna go 1, 2, 3. All right. I'm gonna roll 1 attack for all of them. That is a 19. Anybody have more than a 19?
Nope.
How convenient.
All right, so they all have their weapons, which they keep it old school. They all got scimitars.
Nice.
Why? Don't know what that is.
Ooh, they each deal 7 points of damage, so you each take 7 points of damage.
Wait,
Wow.
okay, so first of all, what are they using and how far away? Because I'm kind of behind everybody, so.
Yeah, they ran up to each and every one of you, drew their swords out, and attacked with them.
They have enough movement to get
They're
to
only
me.
20 feet away.
Did you account for the altar in the middle?
I did.
I figured as much, but
I got everything mapped out.
I was hoping you would try to
So
do a
how
ranged
many-
weapon.
How many?
7 points of damage, everybody.
4
Boo.
points of damage?
7.
All right, so minus 4 points of damage.
I think he said 3.
And the other... Yeah, funny guys. The other 3 members in the room, they decide to hightail it and run out of the room.
Oh, so we can hit them.
Nope, they're not in range with you.
Even me?
In a longbow? In range of a longbow?
Well, they're in range, but it's not your
It's
turn.
not
It's
an
not an attack of
opportunity
opportunity.
But they ran.
It's not an attack of opportunity. They have to be in the same square as you.
Or
They're using their movement to get out of the room.
Yeah, it's like within 5 feet or something like that.
Yeah, they're using their movement. They're not taking an attack. They're using their movement to run out of the room.
Plus,
I'm like,
I'm pretty
coward.
sure. I'm pretty sure you can do like a withdrawal, which doesn't provoke an opportunity, but it basically counts as like your action.
Yeah, you could choose to use disengage,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is an action which allows you to not have to take an attack of opportunity
Yeah.
or be the receiving end of attack of opportunity. But they're dashing out of the room, so you are all now left with 3 of these members in the room and a little halfling that tried to punch Varak. And Johnny, you are now up.
Okay. Is there someone right next to me?
Yeah, the little halfling guy. Since you're they're all there actually now. So,
Like,
you have one up against you. Varak has 2 guys because he's got the little halfling plus another guy, and Turk has one with her. And you all are within about 10 feet of each other as a group. So you're all kind of huddled together now in close combat.
oh, that's good. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna tell you what I want to do,
Okay.
and then you tell me how many moves that's gonna take.
Okay.
I would like to grapple the one like furthest to the outside of the group, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because I want to grapple him, pick him up, and throw him at the halfling.
Got you. Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Okay.
I'll let you try to basically just like you're gonna grab him and just like
And, like,
chuck him at
chuck
the. So this will be a strength contest.
Okay.
So it'll be your strength against his strength.
Okay. That is a 22.
I got a 5.
Okay, so he's grappled, and now do I just throw him, or do I have to do a check?
You can throw him. Do another strength check to see exactly how far you toss him.
Okay.
Which doesn't need to be far, but just
Right.
make sure you have enough strength to actually toss him.
9? No, that's a 9, so 12.
All right. Yeah, that's enough. You are able to toss him into the halfling. They kind of collide, and the halfling is pinned under this guy that you threw at him. They're both on the ground now.
Okay, so they're both prone. Yes.
Yep.
And
So that was your action.
that was it. I'm gonna
Nice.
just yell as like an intimidation check to everyone, like to the enemies.
Okay. Yell really loud and roll an intimidation check.
It's,
Was that a?
it's an 11. I get an 11 on the intimidation check.
It was a what?
An 11.
11? They're kind of like, what's that guy yelling for?
Is that Peter Griffin over there? That's what it sounded like.
All right, Turk, what do you want to do?
Okay,
So you got 2 guys on the floor. You got a guy with you in combat, and then Varak has just 1 guy now with him in combat.
so the guys on the ground are kind of on top of each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so I honestly, what I want to do is I kind of want to slice through both of them.
I want to keep one of them alive, preferably the halfling, to get information.
Okay,
So if-
then I'll go for the guy that's next to me.
Yeah, if you kill the guy on top of him, he's already pinned. He's a halfling. He's probably not going to be strong enough to push this guy off of him.
Well, there's a guy next to me, so
Yeah.
I'll just.
Okay.
I'll go for
that.
him. Okay.
Okay, so he's like really close.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just use my. Okay, so I'll just use my great axe. Then I'll try that.
Okay.
So
With what hands are you using to do that?
yeah, that's hard because I don't have any arms.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
So in thin air, doing it with my mind. I use my great axe. Try to slice through the gut.
All right.
11 plus 4. 15.
Yep, that hits.
Hooray! And I get to roll a d12, which I don't really get to do very often. Oh, I rolled a 2. That could have been a lot. That could have been a lot cooler.
Holy.
So I rolled that plus 2, so
So
4
4?
damage.
Okay.
Does he have a little slit in his
Yeah,
stomach?
just a little one. He's
Oh.
bleeding out of the gut.
Okay. And I'm like, ew.
Anything else?
No.
All right, Varak, what you doing? You got 1 guy with you.
I'm going for that guy. With my great axe. Is this the guy that we wanted to question?
Yeah, the guy you want to question is underneath, as the halfling that is underneath the other guy that's pinned on top of him that Johnny threw.
Okay, yeah.
How much falling damage do they take?
They didn't take any falling damage. It was just kind of like a bump into each other. You threw him. They just kind of fell on the ground.
Okay.
Nothing substantial.
Okay, so I'm swinging my great axe. Oh my gosh. That's not going to do it either then, because that's a 7.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Man, Varak, you're rusty.
I sure am. I was
So what'd you
tied
get for
up
being
for a
tied
while,
up?
yeah.
How
Yeah.
close is Varak to me?
Oh, like within like 10 feet. Probably
Oh,
less than 10 feet. But Varak, yeah, you swing and a miss again.
Yep.
And luckily no one saw that.
Good.
I saw it. I if you're closer, I would rub your shoulders. I would kind of loosen you up.
All right, Varak, you gonna stay there? What else you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to stay here. Stay close to the action, I guess.
All right, so it is now the cultist's turn. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have found out by now that these guys are cultists. 'Cause I keep saying that anyways, but it's pretty obvious.
Quite the reveal.
Yeah, it's quite the reveal.
Wait, they're cultists?
You have solved my cultist puzzle. All right, let's see here. So the one Varak that you swung at, he kind of like dodged out of the way, and he's like, "That's not how you do it. This is how you do it." Oh my god! And he rolled a no.
Which is a 1.
So he's like, well, how about we just
You guys
how about we just shake hands,
Rock,
call it
paper,
good, and we
scissors.
just part ways.
go have a beer.
You gotta give us some answers, buddy.
He's talking to Varak. Mr. Barbarian, how about we just shake hands and go on our separate ways?
What?
What is this
Where
accent?
He from?
Like-
Yeah, where did that? Is he Italian?
Hey, these guys come from all over the world.
Can I
boy.
shake his hand, and when he shakes it, I squeeze it really hard and try and like kind of mess with his knuckles, kind of hurt him that way
Sure.
a little bit.
Sure, so you guys are shaking hands, you're just kind of crushing his hand a little bit.
Yeah.
And while you guys are having a little fest of hand crushing, the one next to Turk rolled an 18 plus 2, so that'd be 20.
My armor class is 30.
No.
Yeah, but her speed's only 14, so it's weird.
Turk, you are taking an extra 3 points of damage. The cultist that was on top of the halfling is going to use half his movement to stand up. And he is going to turn. And he is going to reach down and pick his friend up as his action. And Johnny, it is your turn.
Do I have a clear line? I'm assuming I do, but maybe not. A clear line to the guy that just stood up and picked up his buddy.
Yes, you have a clear line to both those guys.
I would like to run and tackle him into the halfling.
Okay, same thing. Let's just do a dexterity check for you.
Okay.
He's not going to see it coming because his back is turned into you.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just you make a dexterity check for me.
Okay. 18 on the dice, so 22.
Yep, you run and tackle him into the halfling, and now all three of you are in a grapple. So you three are grappling, and we are back to Turk.
And I'm like, get a room.
As I have them down there, I'm like, don't worry, guys, I got these taken care of.
All right, Turk,
Also,
you see Johnny just tackled the other two, pinned the halfling once again underneath both of them, and he is just kind of holding the other guy from behind just in a big bear hug. And you see that Varak and this other guy are just squeezing each other's hands in a little hand-crushing competition, and it is just you one-on-one with the guy that's been fighting you.
Okay, what can I do?
This is the most ridiculous thing.
I start to play footsie with him. No, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna. Okay, no more time for being cute. I'm gonna just try and
Kill him.
slice his gut again.
All right. Roll for it.
Okay. I call this the old gut slicer. No,
She rolled another no.
Oh my gosh.
I shouldn't have done the speech.
It was the
listen-
one-liner. It was the one-liner.
Listeners, I want to take a moment in the middle of this to thank Critical Dice for these wonderful dice that everyone keeps rolling no's on. So thank you to our sponsor, Critical Dice, for these wonderful dice.
Like we're goofing right now, but they really are pretty dope.
They are really
Like,
awesome, yes.
I'm not.
We've already gotten a lot of compliments on them, like with our other group.
And it makes the fails so much more fun.
Yeah.
So
So
no.
make sure to pick some up because they really are cool.
And we will give you the code in the middle of this episode so you can get a discount on your dice. All right, back to the action.
Here's a
call it
tip.
that.
Don't say a one-liner before you
Roll.
roll.
Wait
It's
until
just-
after you roll.
It's just never gonna work.
All right, so obviously you rolled a no, and you swung your axe at this guy. He did that whole fancy kind of dodge out of the way, but the weight of the axe, because you decided to swing really, really hard at this guy. So you swung, and the momentum pulls you off balance because you thought it was going to like thunk into this guy. And it kind of spins around, and you start to spin a little bit, and you slip, and you are now on the ground in a bit of a dizzy spell. And
Whoops-a-daisy.
Varak, you are up.
All right. I'm going to.
So you're still in the battle with this guy crushing hands.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep shaking his hand, but I'm gonna reach for my great axe and try and swing it up and slice his
Chop
head
his
off, or his gut. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go for the gut while I'm crushing his
fight.
knuckles.
All right. Your great axe is kind of big, so you might have a little bit of a disadvantage trying to
Oh well, how about I use my dagger instead?
get it over there. There you go.
Okay. I got.
Roll it with advantage.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Dagger.
All right.
That good.
I got a 9.
With advantage? What was your 2 rolls?
So advantage, you get to roll twice and take the highest number.
Yeah, that second one was a 2.
Oh God.
No.
Oh my gosh, Brock. Okay, so you take your dagger as your guys are squishing hands. You take your dagger and you go for his gut. Kind of give that shove. But as you go for your gut, you kind of cross arms. And he tries to go ahead and hug you now since that brought you in close, and he wraps both his arms around you, and he now has a hold of you.
I want a hug.
So, Brock, you are now being held by this guy.
Okay.
Johnny's on the ground holding that guy.
And I'm just.
There's a lot of holding going on.
I'm on the ground alone.
This
This is the weirdest fight.
This is the most ridiculous thing we've ever done.
All right, so we are back to the cultist now. Varak,
Yeah.
your buddy who is giving you nice hugs.
Is he Russian?
He is going to pick you up and just slam you on the ground.
Oh my gosh.
That's mean.
Sorry, we're gonna do a strength contest.
Okay.
So roll your strength and I'll roll my strength.
Okay. 18.
Oh, I got a 19 plus 1, so
What?
20.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So your European friend goes ahead and he picks you up.
Mhm.
He slams you on the ground. Since it was a slam, sorry, I'm not gonna roll that one. You only take 2 points of damage.
All right.
But it hurts a little. You're seeing stars a little bit. And he now has you pinned on the ground.
This is going horribly,
This
and
is-
if we die during this is going to
is
be
the
the
weirdest
worst way to go.
These are the weakest guys.
Disagree.
All
I think it's worth
But
it.
really slow. Like we're just like slowly falling to our deaths or something.
Yep.
I'm doing
All right,
great,
Turk.
guys.
So, Turk, you have your friend.
Where's he from? We have Mr. Italy and Mother Russia and who else?
You are actually on the ground in a dizzy spell. He's going to have advantage on bringing his scimitar to you. So his first roll was a 19. His second roll was a 4. I think he's going to take the 19. And he is going to come down with his damage. 5 plus. So he slices into you for 6 points of damage.
Okay, guys, I'm down to 10 points, so we gotta figure this out.
Johnny, you're about to have a strength check. He's going to try to break your grapple.
Uh-huh.
So, strength check time.
Okay. We'll go ahead and let you know. What'd you roll?
14.
I rolled a 4.
Teen?
Plus 3. So I got a 7.
He breaks the grapple.
Oh, jerk.
And he rolls away, and now he is free. The little halfling guy is free, and you are free.
Explain to me how that would work. Because, like, I tackled him from behind.
Yes.
Onto the halfling.
But he was able, you were both on the ground.
Wouldn't the halfling...
I assumed you guys are just...
Wouldn't the halfling have to do, like, a strength check?
You guys are on top of the halfling. Like, you tackled
so you're saying he, like,
the first guy.
He, like, rolled me over and then kept rolling.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
It was kind of that kind of deal where he just kind of rolled out of your arms.
Gotcha.
Was able to fight his way out and roll out. So now all three of you were just kind of spread out on the ground.
Okay.
And now we are back to Turk. So you are on the ground with a cultist over you with a knife that he just kind of cut into you a little bit. What do you do?
Man, I'm at a loss because I'm losing a lot of blood, and this is so dumb.
Who knew this would be the way you die?
Yep.
I kind of thought so. I kind of had an idea.
So, okay, I kind of wanted to ask some questions, and this really got out of hand. And I'm not rolling good, and I'm dizzy, I guess, and I'm on the ground. So, I think I'm just, like, all I can really do... Okay, so I just use my great axe again. I don't know. I'll just swipe upward.
Okay, you will have disadvantage.
Why?
You're on the ground trying to swing up.
Okay, I use half my movement to get up.
Okay, there you go.
And then I'll swing away with no words.
Okay. No one-liner.
I say nothing. Oh, I got a natural 20.
Nice.
You found the secret.
So, no one-liners, say nothing.
Oh gosh.
Crit.
Okay. Redemption.
All right, so you get your axe. You're tired of what happened.
I'm slicing through the gut. I think that's probably clear.
Full force. Roll your damage.
Oh, yeah, I gotta roll damage. Okay, I got so excited. Okay.
So double. So roll twice.
Okay,
Ooh.
so 3 plus 10 plus 2.
So 15 points of damage.
Nice.
That takes him out. Go ahead and explain what happens.
I'm really embarrassed, and I slice through the gut, and his innards come out
Well said.
on the ground.
Well.
And then I step in them.
Oh.